What it do, everybody? It's your boy, King Crowder, back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught in Detail for Sure. Today's lesson, I want to focus on the great city of Richmond, Virginia. 804, what's up? As a Virginia native and have many family members up there and a lot of friends up there, I think this story is very important because most people do not know how Richmond, Virginia had a thriving community until urban renewal came and knocked down plenty of neighborhoods. Most people have no idea that urban renewal was such a big deal because it broke down many black businesses, communities, and houses. Urban renewal happened during the Dwight E. Eisenhower administration. But why it was so impactful in Richmond is that most of the venues and stadiums we see down there, as far as the one at VCU and other older sports arenas, most people do not realize there was the main place that black businesses thrived. When an urban renewal and the renewal of Richmond occurred, you must understand it at the time when most of the city began to displace right when the height of the civil rights movement. If you do not know a lot of things about Richmond, you must know it was the headquarters of the Confederacy. It was a big, thriving black community where it was really close because it was a shipping hub from DC to other parts of the United States. And Richmond also was a very thriving black area. You must understand when the urban renewal happened, that's when they put the civic centers, parking lots, and expansions of college campuses. When the urban renewal occurred in Richmond, none of the black communities in that area got any housing stipends or anything when they had to forcefully move. It was literally said, we're going to eminent no domain your property, which means the government is going to seize your land and you have this many days to move. Think about if you had a business over there in the past 30 to 40 years. Think about all the people that had to just immediately get displaced. The urban renewal in Virginia was such a trying time that most people would have no idea how troubling it was. But if you look at the maps before the housing was built, you will see all of those houses that are just gone. You will see most of the houses that 95 Highway was on was houses. Now the highway expansion needed to happen, we get that. But if you notice across the country, specifically I want to target Richmond, you will see literally all of the bigger housings going right through urban communities. Black communities had houses in that way, but when urban renewal came, it was such a gigantic leap that it just killed that business and industry. Now, if you see something when you go to Richmond now, you will see most of the people that are native Richmond people live in a certain side of town. You will notice that where the highways were, you see a lot of slum areas due to the big business and thriving areas completely gone. So, the reason why this story of Richmond, Virginia urban renewal was such a big play, it was one of the first mega epic things that showed how this is going to harm each other because the I-95 highway was such a big deal that it needed to be expanded. If you do not know, the highway system goes all the way down to Florida and a main shipping hub to and on throughout. So, as we begin to see the expansion around this way, y'all, I want y'all to understand how pivotal this was at this time in history. So when you look at these diagrams and you learn how the history of the United States, specifically this part of Virginia, was such a big deal, I want you to notice that when you see these places that look depressed and you see shopping centers, parking lots, or college campuses around, I want your mind to go to why this is this way. Naturally, when you see events or buildings this way, it should be small businesses supporting it. If there is not, your mind immediately should go to why is this area depressed? Why is it this way? One of the main contributing factors that we see is urban renewal. Richmond being a case study that you can analyze, view, or research on your own. This video is meant to highlight Richmond residents, but also people who visit the great city of Richmond, to see why the geographical landscape is this way. It's your boy, King Crowder, back again. Hopefully you learned something throughout the video. Make sure you smash that comment, subscribe button, like button as well. Make sure you let me know if anything else